Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys know how much I appreciate every single one of you guys that come out every week, watch my videos, and chit chat with me. It is just so much fun, and I am just so happy to be able to share all my projects with you guys. With that being said, I hope you guys will enjoy today's project, which is so fun, and I'm using something again that I have not used before. Okay, so I'm expecting some applause there because guess what, guys? I am using a different stamp than usual. Usually I reach out for Simon Says stamp ornate background, but this one is Simon Says stamp Flora background. They have such a beautiful background stamps. I really absolutely love them. Well, I'm using pearl clay. I rolled it out and I'm taking a really good impression of it, and the reason why I want to make a good impression because I'm going to do mica shift. If you have not done mica shift, basically just after stamping the image on the clay, you're gonna go in and you're gonna start shaving off everything that is sticking out, so the impression actually is going to stay on the clay, but it's just gonna be flat. So with paper, I'm just going in and I'm going to flatten it out, and I'm ready for my next step. So I'm grabbing a bezel, and I was wondering, I flip it over just to get an impression out, and I thought that maybe I could actually cut through the clay, but it wasn't working. So I took a good impression of it, and I cut it out with my X-Acto knife. And I don't know what it is about X-Acto knife and clay. It feels so good to cut things out and trim them with the X-Acto knife. I just absolutely love it. Anyway, so cut out the clay to the size of your bezel, and I got the bezel on Amazon, and they last forever because they always come in 30 packs or 20 packs or what have you. So this bezel I think I got right when I was starting playing with polymer clay. So now I'm going to fit the clay inside, and of course it's not going to be perfect, but you're just gonna have to fit it in, make sure that it's sitting in tight, and all the edges that are sticking out, just shave them off with that awesome X-Acto knife from Dollar Tree. I really love the wavy effect that this stamp created on the clay, and thus I called it the ocean. Now I am going to divide this pendant into two, and for that I'm going to use a 16 gauge flat wire from Michaels. So it's 16 gauge flat wire from Michael, and you're just going to cut it to the length that you want, and if you want to add some design to it, that's great too. I didn't want it just to go completely straight. I wanted to have some kind of indentation in it, so I can totally see making little loops at the end. That would be really nice as well. So once you cut it to the desired length, you're just going to place it inside the pendant and make sure that it sits right there. So once you're happy with it, that's how the pendant is going to go on. So let's get started with the fun part, and that's crushed glass. And I crush my own glass. You can buy it in the store, but when you do it yourself, well, first of all, it's much cheaper. You can make as much as you want, and you can use the colors that you like. So let me show you really quickly how easily I actually do this. I start off with a really hot pan and a bunch of cabochons from the Dollar Tree, and they do have in such a great variety of the colors. So I put them on this really hot pot. I cover them and set the timer for 5 minutes. Meanwhile, I prepare a glass with ice and water, and after 5 minutes those little guys are going in the water, and the ice water bath, and you can hear all the cracking going on. I'm going to show you that you can totally see how they are getting cracked. They're still sticking together, but they are totally cracked. them on top of the some kind of a cloth. You can see this one is also cracked. They are all cracked, and you cover them and take a hammer and just start hammering it. Just start going at it. It's not it's not difficult at all, and you get the neatest effects. And like I said, you can use the colors that you want. You can make as many as you want, and these are my favorite colors. And the bigger pieces I was using for a coaster, I was making for my DIY channel, and I'm going to be using the little dust and the smaller pebbles for my pendant. So here you have it. I'm separating the big ones from the small ones, and the little dusty ones are going to go and be a part of the ocean pendant. So there you have it. I'm covering the top because I really do not want any of those little pieces on the top part of my pendant. So you just go in, apply them to the clay, and squish them so that they sit in there, and then you just go ahead and bake the pendant. There you have it. It's already ready to be put in the oven. 275 degrees for 30 minutes. And then I realized that if I'm going to put resin on top, all those little guys will be floating on top. So I decided to go in and put resin on the glass part first, and then when that's set, I put the resin on the entire thing. And look at this. Didn't it come out just so beautiful? Actually, the camera is not catching the colors really well because there's more blues and greens in it. So what do you guys think? Do you like it? That was pretty easy, wasn't it? And now you know how to crush your own glass. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, ta-ta!